They see me rolling, they waiting. Come on, listen up, guys. Listen. This is 2021. If you are still sitting there, still doing nothing, you are. Oh my God, you are doing nothing. Listen, guys. Listen, babes. Now, you know what? If your boyfriend is right there, tell your boyfriend to hold on for 1 second. You gotta listen. If your girlfriend is right there, tell your girlfriend to hold on for a while. You need to listen to this. Tell somebody, listen. This is very important. In March, this is February, and in March we're gonna be ending this the first quarter of 2021. What have you done? I see a whole lot of people sitting on the block. Now you gotta listen. All right, guys, this is Sean. Welcome to my channel, Expand Income. On this channel, I share with you things that would move you from $0 to a lot of dollars in your bank account. I try to tell you things you need to be doing with your time, because this is 2021, and it's been a while that you've seen me on this channel. Yes, I've actually been busy with a lot of stuff, so I just thought to make this video just to tell you that yes, I'm alive and I'm doing well. Right, once again, my name is Sean. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please show some love. And anytime you watch my videos and you like what you hear, you like what you see, please, it's not gonna hurt you. Just give me some likes, some thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, maybe a little bit of comment and all that, because it does help the videos to blow up. Now, straight talks to what I need to talk to you today. Today, I am going to share with you what exactly you should be doing in 2021 to be financially free. Yes. Now, number one, you need to know the difference between wants and needs. This is not only for the elementary school. Even there are a lot of adults out there who do not know the difference between their needs and their wants. Now, I'm going to make a quick definition just to try to touch that, so you know exactly where you are. You have an idea of what your life it should be, what you should be looking at. Want are desires for goods, services, feelings, and other things we would like to have but do not need. You got it? Now, needs are things we must have to survive, such as food, water, and shelter, and all other things that you need to do, before you even start doing other things like paying your insurance, mortgages, school loans, and all that. Those are needs. These are not like non-negotiables of your life. Like to some of our friends who are on child support, these are like the normal thing that you need to take out from your paycheck before you even whatever you have as leftover. Then you can now begin to look at your wants, all that. But we're still gonna get to that. Now, what is missing in the definition of needs? A lot of time we'll see when people define needs for us, they only mention things like, for instance, now we just said now that needs are food, water, shelter, insurance, mortgages, rent, car loans, school loans, and all that. If you look at all those things together, they have one thing in common. And what do they all have in common? To take from us. The school of thought, the business school, all of these people, they are teaching us that needs are only things that take from us. So these are the things that we should look at. But I would advise today that you can, apart from all other needs like your emotional needs, your personal needs, and all that, you should also add skill to your needs too. As you put on your list, on your need list, things that are taking money from you, you should from today on add something that's gonna add to your money, to your bank account, add money to your pocket, and all that, like a skill. Now, let me chip this in really quick. This is 2021. I'm gonna tell you about 6 things that you need to learn. they're very needful. It's really needed for you to learn the skills. These are like something that just is on a trivial level, but if you know this one of this stuff and you're good at it, you can make a whole lot of money from it, and your life can be better. Starting from now. Now, according to Morocco World News website, these are interesting hobbies you should try in 2021 that will better your life, because you can actually make money from it if you get better at doing those things. Number one, pottery. You can check on the web, on the internet, YouTube, on what pottery means. Number two, making jewelries. Oh my god, this is, if you know your stuff and you know what you're doing, you can make a bunch of money doing this alone. Three, needlework. You may, it depends on what aspect that you want to venture into, but I think you should actually consider an hobby in that too. Number four, hiking. I'm sure this is quite popular in advanced countries like America. A lot of people are already into this. Then number five, cooking. A lot of people just don't like, they don't like to cook. I'd say a lot of Americans, they work so hard, but cooking, no. A lot of people don't have time for cooking. That's why you see restaurant businesses booming so high. A lot of people, on a long queue just to get a sandwich. These are things you can actually even do from home, and at your own leisure and all that, in your pajamas and all that. So learn how to cook. If you cook so well, you can even start a business from your home and deliver through Amazon. Come on, think about this. I'm not gonna talk much. I'm gonna make another video for that actually. Then number six, dancing. A lot of people are making a killing from just dancing right now. Even if nobody is calling you due to pandemic, your views alone on YouTube or other places that you put your dancing videos can get you a whole lot of money. Or maybe you might be invited to some classes to come and teach people how to dance. People trying to dance for workout these days. So why wouldn't you want to consider something in that line? Now, all those ones are actually listed at Morocco World News website, and I'm gonna add my own to it. What you should be doing in 2021 to stay financially free. These are the things that you should add to your list, your need list. Now, I'm gonna give you three more. I would suggest you also learn coding. Learning the coding language like Python. Any programming language would do for you. JavaScript. Learn one of those things. This can change your life. It can take you from 40,000 per annum to over 100k per annum. And another thing I think you should do is starting an e-commerce website such as Amazon, Alibaba, and all that. These are top-notch, time-tested business models anywhere in the world. People will never stop shopping, even if they tell everyone that the world is ending tomorrow. Some people will still shop. They will shop to the last minute. Even while on the hospital bed, people will still be shopping. So why are you not owning your own store like Shopify? As you can see now, the two biggest e-commerce websites right now are Amazon and Shopify. This, as a matter of fact, news has it that these two are about to merge. I think Amazon is trying to buy Shopify and all that, because Shopify is really giving Amazon a run for its money. Look, do not compete with the big wigs. If I were you, I would start my own e-commerce store. Try and sell something you do not own. You don't get it? That is the idea. You don't need to be the producer or the manufacturer. Know someone who produces something but does not have enough word of mouth in the market. Bring his product or their product to the world and act like a middle person and earn the commission and the difference. Now you're in business. That is e-commerce. That's exactly what the big wigs are doing in the e-commerce, and that is the new cash cow right now. And thirdly, I'm gonna say this so low: invest in cryptocurrencies. Come on, man, that's the real deal right now. If you're out there, you don't even own a Bitcoin, no Doge, no nothing. Oh my God, I wonder what you own. All right, moving on to the next one. Now, understand that your current location also determines your wants and needs. Yes, that is very, very important for you to also know that where you are determines what your needs or your want is. For instance, now if you live in America, there's a lot of articles that has it that New York is one of the most expensive cities in America. I don't think anybody would doubt that. California. I mean the index median to live in New York is pretty high. Compared with other states in America. So that is why they looked at so many things: how much people earn and how much they pay on rent, how much actually leaves your salary or your wages after all deductions, how much is actually left for you to even spend on yourself. So they figured out that New York is actually way expensive compared with other places. And consider the fact that, for instance, now look at it. If you live in a city, any state in America, people who live in the city pay more on insurance, on car insurance, than people who live in a laid back area like in the counties. Like for instance, now let's say you live in New York, but you live in upstate, you're gonna pay less on insurance than people who live in the New York City, because they believe you're more likely to have an accident if you live in the city than if you live in the county. So we have some states that are just too laid back that they can afford to pay $40. I have some couple of friends who live in Columbus, Ohio, and they're paying about $40, just $40 on a 2010 car. Yeah, I have a friend who uses 2010 Lexus, and all he pays every month is $40 on insurance because he lives in Ohio. Because they believe that you're more or less likely gonna have an accident in a matter of time right there. But if you use a 2010 Lexus in New York City, I'm yet to see anybody who pay that low. Like $40 every month. If you do, I would like you to make a comment down there so we can all switch to your insurance company. Okay, so your location also determines your needs and wants. So your needs can actually, if you're calculating your needs, remember your needs are things that you definitely have to pay for before you now take out the money that is left to you. Like you have to pay your rent, your light bills, your loans, your mortgages, the food, shelter, and all that. So these are money that you have to take out from your wages first. Now, even the problem with needs is that even if you don't have the money, you have to look for it, because these are like the normal thing for you to survive. If you don't have those things, you cannot survive. If you don't have a shelter, how do you survive? Especially in the cold. If you're not paying your rent, if you're not paying your light bills and all that, how do you survive? If you don't have money for food, how do you even survive? Like you need these are basic things, like standard normal thing to live. If you don't have those things, then you die. So so how much you need to live in all these places differs. It all depends on your locations. Like I'm gonna run through some statistics. Actually, we have according to the World Population Review website, they rated Pakistan as one of the cheapest. In fact, not even one. They rated Pakistan as the cheapest country to live in, with a cost of living index of about 18.58. Wow. Followed by Afghanistan, then India, and then Syria. So looking at the broader look of the other things of other countries, the most expensive countries to live in right now are Cayman Islands with a living index of 141.64. Wow, that's pretty high. 141 index. Bermuda being the second with an index of about 138. Switzerland the third, most expensive country to live in with an index of about 122, and we have Norway with an index of about 104. These countries all have higher cost of living than New York City, actually. And then I just took a broader look at this whole thing just to see where we are. I mean, talking of some other countries that are of interest. Countries like in Africa, I went down to Africa to see the data. I see in Uganda, Uganda has a cost of living of about 31.72%. Nigeria has a cost of living of about 31.7%. Considering the fact that Pakistan has 18.5, so these countries are still pretty high. It's more expensive to live in Nigeria than living in Pakistan. So it's a matter of choice. If you're looking for just a less expensive country to live, you probably want to live in Pakistan or Afghanistan, which is about 24.5%. But now looking at the data, you see that Uganda and Nigeria has almost like the same cost of living. Uganda, with a population of 47 million people, has a cost of living of about 81% index, while Nigeria, with the population of over 200 million people, has the same cost of almost like the same index cost of living with Uganda. So that becomes a matter of choice, that do I want to live in Uganda, or I just want to go to a bigger country like Nigeria. Now we have Ghana. Ghana, on the other hand, Ghana is way more expensive than living in Nigeria. Ghana has about 43.1%, so it's more expensive to live in Ghana than living in Nigeria. And South Africa has 43.7%, so it is way more expensive to live in South Africa than living in Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and all these countries. So, and then we looking at other countries like Jamaica. It is way more expensive living in any country in Africa than living in Jamaica, because Jamaica has about 56.4 cost of living index. Then we have Qatar. Qatar is in UAE. It is way more expensive to live there, for Qatar having about 62%. United Kingdom 65%, way more higher. Germany 66%, way more higher. United States 70.9%, that's almost 71%. So they believe that of all the countries that I have mentioned, it is much more expensive to live in the United States, with a cost of living of about 70.9% across the country. So it is even lesser, it costs lesser to live in Canada than living in America, according to this data, because Canada just has only 68%. So where does this drive us? It just shows us that where you are, your current location determines the cost of your needs, right? And the cost of your wants. Definitely your needs, what you spend on your wants and your needs still comes to the fact of what is actually obtainable or applicable to where you are, at your current location. So that moves us to the next. Now, know your needs. I've seen a couple of people, a lot of people think that they know their needs, but in the real sense, people do not know their needs. They cannot even differentiate between their needs from their wants, from luxuries and all that. So now I'm gonna buttress this thing again so that you know this. Let this sink into you, into all the faculties of your brains right now. Which means needs include the basics, such as rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance, utilities, food and student loan payments, and et al. These items should be taken off from your take-home pay every time your wages is paid. This will determine what you have left over for wants. Do you get this? I'm going to take that again. After you deduct all your needs, which includes your utilities, your rent, your car insurance, your food and student loan and all that, this will determine what you have left over for want. It is after you take all your needs, how much all you need for your needs, that you have whatever you have left is what you use for your wants. This is how to live in 2021. This is how to live to stay financially free. This is how to live not to stay broke. Now, what are your wants? Now listen up, listen carefully right now. What are your wants? Things you want but clearly don't need to survive each month. Now I'm going to take that again. Your wants are things you want but clearly don't need to survive each month. Include going to the movies or a ball game, eating out, snacks at work, and a new stereo or TV. You understand? So now we're also looking at luxuries at this point, which simply means vacation, travel, gifts, and holiday spending. Now let me give you an example of what want is. Now your need is, we all need a phone, except you live under a rock. Because if, like, even in the third world countries, at least anybody that is like 14, 15 has a phone. So how much more if you live in an advanced country and you don't have a phone? You're even making this life even pretty much difficult for yourself if you do not have a phone. Because if you ever get lost, yes, adults do get lost. If you ever get lost, or you get missing rather, and they're looking for you, how do they want to find you? Even the police, they need something to track you, and your phone is their best bet to track your location, to know where you are. Even if you cannot pick up, there's a lot of stuff that has been embedded in any phone right now that they can still use to track you and see your location, where you are, and all that, without even giving you a call. But if you don't even have any device on you, and you don't have even any microchip on you or in your body, there's no way they can find you. You can only hope to God and trust in God that somebody's going to find you. So why would you do that to yourself in 2021? So having a phone in 2021 is a need. That's a basic thing. It's one of the things that you need to survive, like survival skill. So now let's say, okay, I need a phone. They say I need a phone. Now you're buying what's the cheapest phone that you can buy? Let's say you got yourself a phone in maybe at Walmart or at Dollar General, or somewhere fair. Maybe say for like I think you can get a phone for $30 or $25 or so. Yeah, we have some cheap phones like that, and there are even Android phones that you can get for like $25 or $30. So that's a need that you've already satisfied. Now want is one day you wake up and you're like, now I think I'm tired of this phone. I need a phone that has a very good camera quality. Like I can't be using 5 MB selfie camera. I need a phone that has like 64 MB selfie camera, three cameras at the back and all that. Now that is want, right? That is want. So now you need to differentiate between your needs and your wants. So that is want. So that takes us to the definition of want, that says these are clearly what you really don't need to survive. You need them, but you don't need them to survive. So every time you ask yourself that, hey, how do you know? These are things that I do to myself. If I want to buy something, like I say, oh, I need a car, I need a new car, all that thing. And I'll just be like, do I really need this car to survive? If the answer is no, then that is not a need. But if you actually need something to survive, like maybe a face mask right now, you need a face mask. You probably need a face mask to survive right now. I know a lot of people who don't believe in maybe this coronavirus and all that, but no matter what you believe, the government makes it look like you need a face mask to survive. Like a lot of us have probably been surviving because of the face masks. I don't know about that though. You're right. So, but that is a need right now. That appears to be a need right now, that you always have to be on the face mask. Now, if you now like wake up one day and you now say, no, I think I cannot be wearing this surgical blue face mask, is too dry, not even beautiful. I need something that shows more swag. I need something much more trendy, rather than buying a $10 face mask for 10 packs, you now switch up you switch up your game, and then you're getting a face mask for like $50 for 5 pieces, because you want your face mask to look so different, the one that has the name of Modai father on it, like everywhere you go they'll be like, oh, boom boom boom, that kind of a thing. That's a want. But do you really need that to survive? No. But you just want to step up your game because you can afford it, and there's nothing really wrong with that. Now that is gonna take me to the last but not the least, which is I'm sorry, this is actually not the last, that is the second to the last one, which is know the difference between a want and a luxury. The key to successful budgeting is to look ahead to what you plan to spend, rather than to review what you've already spent. Right? So now what that basically is talking about is that you definitely know, you look at your current state. A lot of people, I see a lot of people waste so much time on their phone or in their financial reviews, trying to review how much they spent last month and all that. I mean, it's too late to cry over a spilled, right? What you want to do is, like, you want to look into the future, like what has actually happened in the past. You don't have anything on that one. It's already happened. You probably cannot change. What you want to change is the future. When it comes to money, you always have to look at the future. Yeah, that's the only way to stay financially free in 2021. If you're still looking at how you spent your $100 last month, and you're still looking at, oh, I made this payment, I made it all, but you're probably going to end up spending the rest of the $500 left in your account that same way. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you look at the future. How could I have saved a lot of money on my next spendings? Last month I spent about $200 on groceries alone. Do I really need that? What are the cheaper means of groceries that I can get? What are the cheapest face masks? If I buy a more expensive face mask, will it do me any better good? No. Still the same function, right? So why don't I go for the cheaper ones? This is how you spend your money in the future determines if you're actually getting wiser with your money. And there's one thing I want to tell you. If there's nothing that you're making out from this video, listen to this and listen well. When it comes to needs, if you're buying something that it's a need, buy it. Use your credit card. Always use your credit card to buy a need, to purchase something that falls under your needs. But when you're dealing with wants, do not use your credit card. Your want is something that you actually don't need to survive. This is something that you just want on your own, like, just to hype up yourself, just to make yourself feel better. Put it on your debit card. Why did I say that? Because when you spend money from your credit card, it doesn't make you feel terrible. It doesn't make you feel so bad. You still feel like, okay, you feel like you're spending the money that you do not own. So it doesn't give you that kind of funny feelings or bad feelings and all that. But if you're using your debit card, that is the money you own. That is your own money. Like, this is your own. It feels terrible when you make high purchases on your debit card. Like, imagine you're buying something up to like $2,000, and you're getting a negative debit, boom, from your account, like debiting $2,000 from your account. You know how it feels. Like, some questions start running through your mind, like, wow, did I just make this purchase? Wow, do other people pay this much for this or is it just a sales guy that is just trying to make more money from me and all that? You start feeling so funny, like, because this is your money now, right? But credit card has a way of making us feel like it's free money, so we don't really feel that terrible when we're spending credit card, because we know we still have to pay it back. But right now, I'm gonna use it though. I don't have the money now, but I'm gonna get it from the credit and all that. But debit card makes us pay now. So that's how you feel the pain immediately. Like, wow, man, I earn $4,000 every month, and I just made a purchase of about $2,000. Like, isn't this really crazy. A lot of stuff just keep running through your mind. So that's just why, if you're using on the debit card for your needs, debit card, I'm sorry, if you're using only debit card for your wants, you will know your limit. There's no way you're gonna spend too much, because this is your money. You feel it. Like at some point, you're already using an iPhone 12 and you're trying to upgrade to like iPhone 15 or iPhone 16, and then you get to the thing and they say, oh, iPhone 16 is gonna be like 1800, and then you'll be like 1800, and you want to use your debit card, and because it's a one, so you definitely want to use your your debit card. So, and then you'll be like, oh, 1800 from my own money, 1800. I don't think this is gonna happen. You know what, sales guy, I know you're doing a very great job, but let me think about this. I'll get back to you. All right. Okay. This is how you're gonna feel when you're using your debit card. But every time you use your credit card, you don't even give it a second thought. They say 1800. You want to be the first at the iPhone store. Boom. It's a new phone, guys. I got a new phone. And so, I wonder if people even really know the difference when you take the pictures, because they don't even write it on it that this video was shot with iPhone 24, all that. So you're just only impressing yourself, just making yourself feel good. But if you can afford it, fine. But if you cannot afford it, you're still putting that on your credit card. Do not do that again. Do never ever put your wants on your credit card. It makes you feel bad in the world, and it makes you broke. And we hate it when you're broke. We want friends that have money. If you don't have money, we know you're gonna be a kind of a clog in the wheels sometimes. So trying to plan your life, trying to make yourself financially stable. And lastly, this is very important. I need you to listen up. Lastly, create a need that you can fulfill. I'm gonna say that again. Create a need that you can fulfill. What that means is that we have a lot of inventions, top inventions in the world. As of today, inventions that actually change the world. Inventions like think about it. Inventions like printing press by Johannes Gutenberg, electric light, Thomas Edison, automobile, Carl Benz. Yeah, the Benz was actually the first automobile ever made, and up to now it is changing lives. Telephone, somebody from their thoughts made telephone. Alexander Graham, vaccination, computer, come on, airplanes, gas powered tractor, and all that. Now look at the new, fast forward to our generation, look at the new inventions. People like us, like Google up till today is still 7 wonders. Can you even do anything in a single day without using a Google product? I don't think so, except you live under the rock. Even the rock needs Google today. So we have a lot of inventions like Amazon, big names, big companies, big stuff, Alibaba, these guys created a need that they can fulfill. Now let me tell you something. You need to think about something too in your life that you can create. Look at where people are having problems. A lot of people like in America, for instance, we have a lot of immigrants who are here, who have not been to their homes to see their families for years. Some people thought about it and you know what, we know you want to send money home, right? So they created a lot of apps, a lot of services that can help them, send money to their loved ones at home or wherever they are. Even some other things that people can use. So those are people thinking. Create a need that you can fulfill. Why do I say a need that you can fulfill? I could have said create a need, right? And make money from me. The problem with creating a need that you cannot fulfill is that it will be stolen from you. That is just the truth. If you create a need, you are opening everybody's eyes into it. Oh, there's a problem. There's clearly a problem here, and this appears to be the solution, right? But if you don't know what you're doing, and a whole lot of people get hold of that thing, you're out of the business. In fact, That is why a whole lot of people, they'll be like, oh, this was an invention of this was an invention of that, but this one took it over, because you did not take the ownership. Like, you saw the solution, but you did not do anything to sustain it. You were just joking around in the market, playing around. Like, this is not a ping pong. This is not a ping pong. If you want to do business, you do business. Like, a lot of people were just ready to do something. If iPhone was playing around, they would have taken the phone business from them, like, but they were not playing. They came big, like, they came really, really big. The guy Steve Jobs, he was able to write to a lot of banks and all that, so they funded him like day one and all that. Google guys are not playing around. Amazon is not playing, like, he's not really playing. But at some point in your life, while you're trying to create a need, you will see that you're gonna have a very tough competition. Like the case of Amazon and Shopify. Shopify is really giving them a ton of for their money, like, but they are really like, but Amazon is still big. Like, right now it's still big. Looking at the food commerce business, like food delivery business, I would say, I think the whole invention started with Uber Eats. Uber actually took the initiative to start Uber, even Uber as a driving business before the likes of Lyft came and all that. But today Uber is still, I think, is one of the leaders when it comes to taxi and all that. But when it comes to Uber Eats, Uber took the initiative to start Uber Eats. But look at it today. Uber is losing to newcomers like DoorDash. So if you're really not taking your invention serious, you're gonna lose out to copycat. People are going to copy you. If you think you're gonna start a course or a business or something and nobody's gonna copy you, that means your business is dead on arrival. You should even be worried that nobody's copying you. But if you have a good idea, trust me, people are gonna start copying you from day one. But if you know your stuff and you know what you're doing and what your plan is sustainable, you're gonna remain in the industry and people will know you as a true inventor, as a true leader, and you're still gonna claim your space for life. So guys, you've heard from me. I'm not dead, I'm still alive. I'm still gonna be making more videos this year. Let's get this life coming. We need a good life. We need successful life. We can't keep living like this. Do something. Look over this video again, watch this video again, send it to somebody. Let this videos change lives. I hope you'll start living a very fantastic and much more fulfilled life in 2021. Once again, my name is Sean, and I have a bunch of good videos coming your way this year that's gonna change you, that's gonna teach you new stuff. But you know what you gotta do? Click on subscribe button and make sure you turn up all the notifications. I'll see you soon. Thank you.